Well, for more on the U.S. politics, I have joining me on World Now a former candidate of the Texas State House of Representatives, Professor Oke Napoleon. Also joining us is a political analyst, Somtochukwu Ike Ejiofor. Good to have you both join me on World Now. I'll start with you, Ms. Ike Ejiofor. Well, Kamala Harris Kamala Harris has now accepted the Democratic presidential nomination. So it's official. It's a Harris versus Trump, 2024 election. What's your take first about the Democratic National Convention and about Ms. Harris's acceptance speech?
I enjoyed the DNC. It was so much fun. I actually watched both conventions. I'm a political animal. That's what I've done. That's what I will continue to do. It's funny also, I was also a candidate for state rep here in the state of Texas. But yes, I watched both conventions, and the Democratic convention was by far the best convention. And I don't say that just because I'm a Democrat. It was by far the best based on the ratings, based on the crowd size and everything in between.
And, well, I know some would say it was a party of some sort. Let's get Professor Napoleon to react to this. The Democratic National Convention, yes, the RNC held earlier. Comparing the speeches, what would you say?
Well, it was a good convention, like she said. We can't take anything away from it. However, it is politics, it's campaign, it's convention, as usual. And, they go up there and make promises upon promises, and they go in there, they fail. So we thank God that the present administration is still in power, and Harris has been part of this administration, so we know who she is. The convention was good, but the candidate is not right.
Convention was good, candidate is not right. I know that Ms. Ike Ejiofor would really be itching to say something about that. But before you do... okay.
I know she has something to say. Go
okay,
ahead.
Quickly react to that, please.
My candidate is the best candidate. I cannot even... there is no comparison, okay? She was a prosecutor. She is the most qualified candidate to be president. She has the foreign relations experience. She has done the work. She has continued to do the work. Her legislative, her legislative success is the same as Mr. Biden. Yes, the Biden-Harris administration has been extremely successful. They have passed most legislation.
Did you say that her...
Let's not even go there. They have passed a lot of legislation.
Did you just say that her legislative success is as good as Biden? I'm not even being a politician. I
am being a policy wonk.
Okay, let me be the arbiter.
More policy since FDR.
Okay, let me be the umpire here. Prof, let's kind of, move away from that because we can go on and on talking about this. But then, quite significantly, a Republican was actually present at the DNC, and he's Adam Kinzinger. And, he doesn't seem to actually agree with Trump leading the Republican ticket. He thinks that Mr. Trump has suffocated, in his words now, suffocated the soul of the Republican Party. What's your reaction?
Okay, I am so glad you talked about
that. Okay, that was for Prof. Napoleon. Yes, for Prof, please.
All right. We know who Mr. Trump is. He was there before. He did so well when he was there. But of course, again, we know what politics is about. There are some people that don't like who you are or how you do your business. But Trump has shown us that he is a good leader, a strong leader for that matter, which I believe that you cannot dispute, Mr. Ejiofor. Can you dispute that? Trump can never be compared in any way with Joe Biden or Harris in terms of toughness, in terms of making decisions, being firm. Now, Trump is a tough lover. He's not there to please you. He's not there to sing a song. He's not there to babysit you. He's a leader. He's not there to play games with words. You say he's lying, he said this, that, but you cannot pick up one single thing and say that he lied about it. What he tells you is that this is what I'm going to do, and he goes ahead to do so. And he has proven to America that he could lead America. His first time in office, when he was there before, we did not see, he stopped all the wars. Am I lying? The economy was great until they spoiled it. Am I lying to you?
Who is the day? There was a pandemic, sir. There was a pandemic. Who is the day? Nobody in the world wanted to stop the world. It's a pandemic. How? And he handled that badly.
You
don't have to handle that badly and get to come back to the White House. That is where I drew the line. Also,
let me say this. Is America
yeah,
not
Mr.
better
Jaffa,
today than
please
it was
allow
when,
Prof. Land, please.
Is America not worse today than it was when Trump was in office?
That is not true.
Can you tell me today that when you get to the gas pump, no, tell me this, you get to a gas station, how much do you pay for gas today?
Yes, gas is higher. That's price gouging. That's price gouging 101. That's
All
economics
right.
101.
Okay, as the umpire, I really do need to step in now. Ladies and gentlemen, I really need to step in now. Let me come to you, Ms. Ejiofor. You're beginning to talk about Kamala Harris's capability. Indeed, at the DNC, she promised a new way forward. In what aspect, really, do you expect this
In every aspect. She promised a new way forward when it comes to insulin for people who are not only on Medicare. She's going to make it a price cap for all Americans who have diabetes. Insulin is a way of life for those living with diabetes. Let's all start with that. It's going to be $35 at max. That's amazing. She's going to prevent price gouging.
I thought you said it's free.
Prof, please let her land.
I never said it was free. I never said it was free. $35. Trump went and lied that he did that for $35.
Let me ask you something.
Prof, please let her land so that you can then react to whatever position,
I just want to ask, are we going to vote for this woman because of insulin? For insulin?
I'm sorry, what?
Is she going to be insulin president?
So in other words, we're going to vote what's going to save lives, yes.
Because of insulin, $35 insulin.
Harris, if that's going to save lives, yes. Harris, the insulin
all right.
president,
so insulin, yes. So Mr. Jaffa, insulin is one, of the items. What other things are we looking at? Because Maryland, please, Mr. Jaffa, Maryland, please. People have been talking about, yes, it's been a great campaign so far. Kamala Harris seems to be pulling in all of the crowd. But there are also concerns about policy. What policy direction is she taking? How exactly does she hope to handle the issues that America and Americans are faced with at this critical time?
Absolutely. She's going to, and I'm so glad you brought that up. First of all, the insulin conversation will continue. So that also is a continuation of healthcare. That's a continuation of healthcare coverage from the Obamacare, Biden-Harris administration and the Harris administration. It's going to continue. So healthcare is taken care of. When it comes to price gouging, she is going to put an end to price gouging, which will reduce the amount of money that we pay at the pump and the amount of money people pay from their pocket for groceries. So she's going to reduce prices, right? That tackles inflation. Sorry, let me finish.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, Mr. Jaffa. Yes, I hear you. Let's look at another angle.
She is also going to continue to protect Ukraine, and she's also going to continue to protect Israel. Those are our two major allies in a huge war right now. She has shown the strength of. She has shown the strength for her foreign policy work, and she will continue to show strength on that. You keep talking about Trump being tough. I am tough. Everybody in Texas politics knows I am a tough person, but people still love me. They still respect me. But Trump is the other way around. Those who love and respect him are our adversaries.
All right, Mr. Jaffa, I hear you. And I can feel your passion from the studio. I can actually feel your passion from the studio, Mr. Jaffa. But we need to go to Prof now. Prof, it's as though she took the word out of my mouth. I wanted to ask about the impact, you think that the Israel-Gaza war on one hand, the Russia-Ukraine war on another, could have on voters' choices come November 5th?
We know very well that the Democrat Party, especially Kamala Harris, does not support Israel. We know that. But during their campaign promises, please, let me
Mr. Jaffa, kindly allow him land on his thoughts, please.
Speech upon speech, promises upon promise. We know that they do not support Israel, and she does not support Israel. You know that so, too. Please, don't say she said. I stand up right now, I tell you, say, listen, I'm going to make heaven fall tomorrow morning. That doesn't mean that I'll be able to do so when I get in there. Or some kind of lion comes out and tell the sheep that if you vote for me, I'll become a vegetarian. So the goats and the sheep vote for a lion to be their president. So we know who Kamala Harris is, and we know what Democrat Party, what they do. Okay? So please, don't go there. They do not support Israel. Now, giving out money, shelling out our money to Ukraine, listen, if Trump is there, that war would have stopped by now. There wouldn't have been war in the first place. Yes or no?
This is not true, sir.
This
This is
that
not
if
true.
Trump is there, if Trump is the president, please, it happened before. If Trump is the president, there wouldn't be war by now. Yes or no? Dispute that.
This is not
you
true.
want her to respond to that?
I'm say here. I'm supporting this house. Let me ask them, who started that war? Who ended it? Why? It's because of the weakness of Biden administration with Kamala Harris. That's why we still have war.
I'm confused about
can you allow Mr. Joffa respond, Prof?
There was a terrorist attack on Israel.
Listen carefully. Do you remember what happened to
Israel? How
do you
is
remember
that
what happened
a
with
Biden-Harris
ISIS?
problem?
Do you remember what happened with ISIS, Afghanistan, Iraq? He stopped all that. Did you remember when you guys predicted that he would start World War II? Excuse me, no.
All right, all right. We need to, gentlemen and ladies, Prof. Napoleon, Ms. Ejiofor,
did he?
We need to, bring the conversation, closer, really. I know that the countdown is on to November 5th, and definitely you both, based on your perspectives here, you have your candidates, who you will be giving your vote to, and who you will actually be canvassing for. I must sincerely appreciate you both for sharing your perspective with us. Hopefully we can have a conversation like this again, and importantly also after the elections to review the outcome of the poll. Professor Oke-Napoleon is a former Reps candidate for Texas in the United States, and also Somto Chukwu Ike Ejiofor. Thank you so much for talking to us on World Now on TVC News.
You're welcome. Thank you.